Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Get in here so we can talk about Rowan and the rest of the Mayfair Witches. If you are just getting here, do know that we're not only streaming on my platform, but on my guest platform, Backstage as well. So if you could drop down, show them love, go subscribe to that channel, run it up in the chat equally, that would be really, really nice. Not gonna waste no time because I cannot wait to hear what the girls thought about this episode. It already, felt a little divisive backstage, so I want to hear them on the main stage. Ashley, with the sweet perspective, how are you doing tonight? And what did you think about this episode? Did it get better? Was it good? Or is it still just trash?
Hi, I am doing super well, blessed and highly favored. I cannot complain. Today was a good, relaxing day. As far as the episode, this is my favorite episode so far, ever, in the Mayfair. And I don't know if it's because black people are going to black people every single time, and it took us getting more of the black Mayfairs to give the truth, because ain't nobody falling for Lasher. He gonna have to take it. If he wanted, he's gonna have to take it. I actually enjoyed this episode. Did we move the needle forward in any capacity? No, but I got a little bit of what I needed. And again, it's my favorite so far.
Hmm. Uh, Quana with her real reviews. What about you? Did you love this episode just as much as Ashley?
Love.
Strong words, strong words.
I lukewarmly tolerated this episode. Listen, they gave us filler and fluff. I'm ready for the next episode. I need something more.
I mean, and that's tired. Like with these short, what I consider short, little 8 episodes, like y'all gotta bring it. We only have 8. Like and then it left me thinking, like watching this episode, I was like, no, Interview with the Vampire only had like 8 episodes as well. It's not that. It's just, the storytelling. See the superior in the bag. Did you love this episode?
This episode took all damn day to get to the point. I was watching, I was like, when do we get into the house? Like, when are we getting there? That's my only problem with this episode. It just took so long. It was the longest episode of the season.
I mean, for me, it was average. I mean, for Mayfair, it was okay, but like as far as the episodes go, it's just like still waiting on the happening to happen with the show. Like I have yet to be in awe or in any ounce of amazement, but we still have 6 up. Like they just don't have time for this. The pacing of the show is so slow, and the writing is not executed that well for it to be slow. They be pacing this show like, oh, we wait, y'all gonna get into this reveal, and you're gonna love it when we get there. But as we get to the reveal, it's gonna be worth the while. Look, check out this writing. Get into Rowan. I have yet been able to get into Rowan. But before we get into this episode fully, do know that we love when you guys show love, not only in the chat, but down below in the comments, but also when you guys super chat and let us know what you think about this episode, what you think about the characters, what do you think is going to happen next, what do you think overall. Show us some love. We will definitely give you some answers back live and in color right about now. We will be right back.
Talk, get quiet. When you try to come for me, I keep on flourishing. And he's in the universe when I'm the company. Is you love it how I move you love it how I touch you, my one. When all is said and done, you believe God is a woman. And I feel it after midnight, a feeling that you can't fight, my one. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is a woman. I don't wanna waste my time, yeah. You ain't got a one-track mind, yeah. Everything you way you like, yeah. And I can tell that you won't know how I want it. Ain't nobody else can relate. Boy, I like that you ain't afraid. Baby, lay me down and let's pray. I'm telling you the way I like it. You love it how I move you love it how I touch you, my one.
Get it?
Thank you. Let's get on here because I feel like this episode was really out here trying to try my patience. Okay. We start off, with the crossover, the entanglement of these universes. And I watched the what is it, the after show, because Ashley's always saying like they be speaking in this show in such high regard and like they're really giving us something efficient in behind the scenes, and then when you see the episode it's like what. But the writers were like, oh, we were just really digging and seeking out what would be the best way to get into these universes. We tracked down and got into the showrunners of Interview with the Vampire and said, rightfully so, and so we ain't giving you none of our folks. Who you want to come over there? We gonna give you Felix, the rat catcher. Who exactly did you expect? You wasn't getting Armand. You wasn't getting Lestat. You damn sure wasn't getting Louis. You can have Felix though. I was like, that should have let y'all know right there to keep these situations separate. The fact that they sent over this one-off character.
Mhm.
But okay. I don't know. Something about his vampire look, it just looked very cheap in here, but I guess they're working with what they had. It didn't feel like it should be that hard. But he lets him know, like, hey, I smelt you, but you smell completely different, with his little one-off New Orleans accent. I said, what is that? So I ain't never smelled nothing like you before. I said, what is happening here? Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't know. He was trying to put some Magnolia on it. It wasn't working for me. But he's saying, unlike you out here wandering these streets trying to find your way, I had a good teacher, that teacher being Lestat. But you have to live for you and live by your own rules. Just like me, the vampire, we out here sucking on necks, not giving a care, because we're still supposed to be under the umbrella of not Lestat, y'all, I just miss him so much. Lasher. Not being, secure with what he's doing, going in these homes, hemorrhaging these women, these Mayfair Witches, and feeling bad about it. But you shouldn't feel bad about it. You're doing, what you're rightfully on go to do. Ashley, were you here for the tanglement of the universes?
Well, I'm always here for an Interview with a Vampire moment, but they went to the bottom of the barrel, literally the gutter, to find Felix. Because what? And I was like, what in the gambit is going on? And you're not even doing this New Orleans accent properly. It was it was a bit of whimsy. You know what I mean? It was comic relief for me because I laughed this entire time. He was like, not smelling how you smelling, Lasher. I told y'all he smelled like the swamp. So that just validated to me that Lasher stinks. But no, this is the biggest issue I had with the whole episode, honestly, because we know that he is ancient. There's no one in the world that's going to make me believe he has no consciousness or awareness of his purpose being manifested in the flesh. Like there's I don't know. And so now you need to get validation from this otherworldly person and say, yeah, you're gonna have to make your own rules. Lasher, you already knew that. This whole struggle of, am I human? Am I something else? What am I? I think Lasher is fully aware. I don't buy any of this crap. I didn't like the dimly lit scene. And like you said on the after show, oh, it just felt so New Orleans and Jackson Square or wherever they were. Shut up. No, it didn't. It didn't feel New Orleans. It didn't feel any of the sort. It felt like a comedy. It felt like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie, if you remember that. That's who Felix the Rat Catcher reminded me of. Do you remember when Luke Perry's bestie, when he turned into a vampire and was hanging out the window and it was like, that's what this reminded me of. This was my least favorite part of the episode.
Actually said again. You remember Pee Wee was in that hallway after he got stabbed? Taking forever to die. It's terrible. It's terrible. Corna, were you here for the crossover? Did you feel any sentimentalness in your heart when you saw them sitting on that bench giving you a little reference? Like, you remember when Louis and Lestat were sitting on this bench with, you didn't feel it?
I wasn't feeling none of that. And it wasn't quite giving Buffy to me, but that's a good reference point, Ashley, because I love me some Buffy. But it was giving True Blood. And I was like, did we switch networks?
Suck it.
I was like, did we switch networks? I said, because True Blood is camp, and it's camp from out the gate. And I just feel like that's the main issue to me with Mayfair Witches is it doesn't know what tone it wants to be, and it's married to this very sophisticated show like Interview with the Vampire, but now they're not able to really give us that and maintain that tone. And that there was nothing that Felix told him that was really like, oh, go by your instinct, go by your gut. That was it. Okay, get on in there, buddy, and just kill some people and it'll be okay. That was it. I thought give him something profound, like let him know, like, oh, you something, maybe way more dangerous. Like there was just I was so underwhelmed by Felix. I was like, all of this, you wasted a cameo for this.
Mhm.
I almost wrote Felix the cat on here. Like Felix. All right.
Don't do Felix the Cat like that, because that was my movie back in the 80s, Felix the Cat. I don't want the theme song.
Oh Lord. See, did you feel anything with this scene here?
I felt like Felix just rolled out of the trailer that morning and just said his lines because he looked crazy as hell when he showed up. I said, this is not the same Felix from season 2, Interview with the Vampire. This must be somebody else because he looks completely like crazy. And the only thing that I enjoyed about this scene, and I could be wrong, right? But when they sat on the bench, I feel like it's not the same bench that
Yeah,
Louis, Claudia,
same one.
and
Mhm.
yeah.
Same one.
So I'm like, okay, they're trying to, they're trying to make that visual comparisons, even though I'm sure Interview with the Vampire is like ill, right? Don't even try. That's why they gave him a rat catcher. But yeah, I felt bad for Lasher. I felt like he still was, what am I? This is another person that's kind of, magical. And I kind of see that, but Felix just wasn't doing for me. Like, he just wasn't doing it. And
I
yes, True Blood, yes. If this show were to lean more into the campiness and provide us with some more eye candy, I feel like it could be something, but it's not
Oh,
that.
if they're committed to being campy, this will probably be a better show. They take themselves just as seriously as the vampire, universe. So I'm like,
Uh-huh.
it's never giving that. And you were like, oh, the bench right. I was like, get off of that bench. I was like, get off of the bench. You don't belong there. Get your little raggedy selves off of that bench. And I think it could sell more if we believe Lasher to be this lost little lamb out here seeking milk on these New Orleans streets, but we just don't. Speaking of don't, child, Rowan's master plan, this ignorant plan. She never makes any good decisions, and I don't understand why. We gonna get all of these Mayfair witches here, right, under false pretenses. Cortland's been on that phone selling it. You know last year here, right? You're gonna finally make this man over generations, make these people flock here, use them as bait in the process to get Lasher drawn there, and then we're gonna kill him. Nobody in their right mind should have thought that this plan would have worked. I could never get behind anything that Rowan does. I just want her to end up being the ultimate villain. Please deliver that to me because that's the only way that would make sense. We have these lies going on, not only at the hands of Cortland, but we have her, Miss I'm torn in between what I want to do. We're still trusting Cortland. Why? I don't know why we would do that. But she's walking around this room trying to be kikiing with all these Mayfair folks. And we're meanwhile sitting on all these witches' deaths because if they happen to know the real actual factual, they're gonna all just disperse and panic and turn against you. And I was like, did you even think to try? Did you even think to maybe even get on the phone and call to see if these people would come just based on your word alone? You just assumed. We didn't see her put any work in to get into this Mayfair family. See, was the plan at all making sense to you?
No. Like, she didn't even know. Like, there was the part where she didn't even put the protection spell together. She done told you. She said, "I'm here to protect y'all," and couldn't even put the protection spell together. So it all just came across as a lie. I wish that she would have just leaned more into, hey, Lasher's here, just come, because people will come for Lasher. Clearly, they're like, oh yeah, Lasher going to be there. Why did she have to wake up, the diddler uncle to make some phone calls? Like, it didn't make sense to me. So no, her master plan is a mess. She's just, I don't know. I feel like, is she being influenced by the spirit of old Lasher? Because this stuff doesn't make sense.
I don't think so. I would maybe give Rowan that if Lasher was close, that tie that they act like, or that hole that he maybe had over her when that transition happened after she had him, and it was they were kind of spewing some of the same things. He's not even near her, and you're still making these dumb decisions. I don't think it's that.
Mm-hmm.
Quanah, was the plan brilliant?
The plan was dumb, but here's the problem I have. I have a problem with the story writing and the fact that we had to sit through, because we already knew she was going to get everybody together at last episode. Why did we have to start the episode out with nobody at the house? Go ahead and have some people at the house. That was wasted time.
Right.
Because what I thought was, okay, fine, if we're going to have everybody gather, we're going to get to know some of these people, like, for real, like actually get a chance to kind of see some other powers or strengths. Like, can they collectively do something? Because we know she sure can't do nothing. So maybe there's a collective something that could happen as she's walking around and talking to people and finding. It was such a waste of getting all of these people together that might have been interested. It might have been interesting.
No,
I just don't know what you don't even know about. She don't even know nobody's name.
Right.
She don't even know nobody. I mean, I couldn't understand.
Yeah, what got me when JoJo was like, "See, look at he work in the room. You just gonna let him keep it?" It's like, oh yeah, hello. Like she's just so out of the loop. Like she just doesn't care, which would make sense because she's new here. But they can't have it both ways and have moments where she's supposed to be the head of the family and the 13th witch, and they're all supposed to have all this investment in her, and vice versa. And then we cut to a different scene, and she's just acting like, I just got here. I don't know anybody. I don't know. Ashley, did you love the plan?
No, girl, no. The only thing that Rowan delivers is a face card every now and again. That's the only thing that we can expect from her. The face is going to be beat down most of the time. But even in this contempo casual suit that they had her in, that pissed me off because it's like, oh, I'm here to handle business. And girl, you weren't there to handle anything. I think Rowan's issue, more than not caring, because I think they really want us to believe that she cares too much. I think that Rowan doesn't have the courage of her convictions, and she also is delusional. Rowan is delulu. She thinks that she's omniscient. She thinks that she's all powerful. She thinks that she resurrected Cortland and now Cortland is her slave. You're going to do what I say. You're going according to my plan. Baby, no, that's not how any of this works. It's the fact that she just doesn't. Again, it's just there's no commitment to me to this character because I'm thinking even if you're going to be like this egomaniacal person who then lean into that. Lean into I have all this power, I'm that girl. Because little by little they're, exposing more powers and I'm thinking to myself, you're not using any of these powers. Like everything you do, it seems like you stumbled upon it. But no, the plan is trash. Cortland is running LA. Literally, he's running Louisiana. And she's useless. Honestly, Rowan is just a figurehead and a pretty face at this point, and that can come and go. You know what I mean? I don't like it. The plan was dumb. You got all these witches who clearly are more in touch with they've known about their powers for longer. And so no, this was a bad idea, baby. It was only gonna be 5 minutes and the people was at the door. Like, all right then, I see Lasher's not here. I'm a head out. Like, oh, I need to trap you here. I need to kidnap you, hold you against your will. No, it was a terrible plan. And then we know that people aren't ever, especially if they love Lasher. Lasher's been a part of the family longer than you have. She's done nothing to endear herself to these people to make them believe or trust her. So I think Cortland was an option, but she just left him free. Like there's no oversight. So I'm like, if you're going to use somebody as a pawn, you need to monitor that person and you really need to oversee the situation. And she's useless. She really is, unfortunately. And she's our heroine. It's terrible.
Well, doubling down on that figurehead with a pretty face, like, does she have to be that as the leader of the show also? Because that's all it gives. I'm like, girl, can you, when she said, like, you gonna get up there and wear your daddy suits, I was like, ma'am, please.
And then Dottie Jean helped her with that, Tyra.
Right.
Dottie Jean was like,
it's not believable. Like, when we got here and she's just like you can't even, because we have this plan in motion and we already know, like, girl, the powers don't work properly, if at all, if Lasher isn't in close vicinity to you. So she's like, oh, once I'm like, if I see her like one more damn candle, if we see her cut on another light, like, please do something else. Please do something else. I would really love to see, like, I think we kind of was cracking into it last episode with the weather where she was looking up, looking like storm, and we I was like, okay, let's get into more of that. get into how far these powers go to see why she would just be so conflicted with, do I really want to let all this go? At this point, it's just like, do I really want to let go of lighting a candle with some fire in the palm of my hand? Do I really want to not be able to turn the light switch without walking over there to it? And then when she's like, yeah, I don't even care if that protection spell works, and we don't need none of that. I'm just trying to get, like, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't you want to do that? Like, what is wrong with you? When she said that, and Dollar G was like, nah, hell no, I'm gonna make this, okay? Hey, hand me the herbs up there. We're gonna make this protection spell regardless. And who in their right mind? And she making plans. Like, you know what? Yeah, boo. Even though I was a whole asshole last episode, go on, delay that little flight. Yeah, what? Who I'm gonna be on the
Right.
This ain't gonna be nothing. It's gonna be water under the bridge. I'm gonna capture Lasher real quick, kill him, and meet you for morning brunch. Girl, are you idiot? And Dolly's like, so you who said it was going? Oh, okay, that who said that? Quanta, why she couldn't even make the tea?
They have not. They don't have a plan for the magic system in this show. That is what I have come to the conclusion. They don't know. Every other show with witches, you have a clear understanding of where their magical power comes from. In Charm, it came from the book. In Practical Magic, it came from Maria and the blood and things like that. They just had it. They don't know that. They don't know what they want the magic to be. You got the one cousin who can read minds. She like a mutant. Then you got her. 1 minute she's Storm. Next minute she can't light a candle. I was so underwhelmed incredibly, because you have all of these witches. You got 25 people up in the house. Ain't nobody got no daggone powers. What is happening here? Where's the plan? Where's the vision board? Where's something? I mean, I couldn't understand what was happening here. I'm guessing, because he's not there, she's losing her power, and she's losing her grasp on her power. But you gotta confide in somebody at some point and say that, even if it was just Dottie Jean in the kitchen. Girl, I don't got no powers left. I don't know what to tell you. You about to just set them up for failure big time. Like, girl, I don't know what to tell you. I went out in there early. I couldn't light them candles. We're gonna have to figure something out. Let's get some knives, pass around some knives or something. I just couldn't get any understanding. Rowan is she's losing her brain. She's losing her mind. I can't take it.
My issue is, like, when she was conjuring up the storm, Lasher, he wasn't there.
Yes.
He was there.
He was?
Wasn't he in the little Twitter? Didn't she meet him right then?
It was she was conjuring the storm when he was off killing old girl.
Yeah, she was at the house conjuring the storm.
Oh, when she dumps the body. I thought you meant when she met him in the woods last episode.
No,
okay.
when he's walking up with this kit that he flew all down south for to give her personally, and she's all ale dumle damula. I ain't see him nowhere.
Okay, on the rooftop. That's right. He said, "Are you playing in the rain?"
He wasn't able to eat or whatever it is that he's doing to the inside parts of the Mayfair. So now she doesn't have any power because he's weak and tired.
I'm thinking she uses him as like an outlet, like a power outlet. Like if he's like her charger, so she's a cell phone and she got charged up with Lasher. And then if they're separated for a little bit, she still got a little charge left, right? This is something I just thought of as I was watching the show, because the show makes no attempt to explain it, right? So like maybe she has a little power but as the time goes on, it wanes or something.
See, I done told you, and I told Ashley too, because y'all be doing this together. Don't be trying to help these writers out. Don't be giving them nothing. They don't give us nothing. We don't give them nothing. They ain't say that. Nobody explicitly said that. Like, I need this to be like I think it would have worked better if it was like a period piece or something. We need to go a little bit back in time, because the way that this family moves, this coven, whatever you want to call it, they act as if technology is still wayward, and the only way that they can communicate is through a pigeon and a stone. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it shouldn't have been all of that just to get this family there. It shouldn't have been all of that with the sister Evelyn. I just needed more intel as to why she couldn't even make no damn tea. Like, can you actually do anything? I don't know. But we had to, and then this weak reason for this man to stay here. Oh, just delay your flight. I'll meet you with brunch. Like, yeah, I like trumpets. I was like, can y'all please get me out of here? Please get me out of here. I hated her so much. Hated her so much.
I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was at the club. I mean, at the bar.
At the
That would have been
club. We
nice.
all fam.
In the club, we all fam. That
I
would have
thought
been
he was outside. I was like,
no,
okay,
Cortland,
that's
that's good writing. Because if he was there, and as she should have, if she would have took her butt to go, hey, y'all hold down the fort. Let me go get Evelyn myself, and we could have seen some action take place, and he could have been like, oh my God, what's that? Give us something. They don't give us nothing.
that would have made sense.
They don't give us nothing. It's making me upset. Burning these bridges, burning her own bridges. You know, I'm about to change my mind about JoJo at any given moment. Because, baby, you can't tell me something 1 minute and then completely snatch it back. You stood here in my face and said, you know what, we not, you know, we're gonna do it on our own. We really don't have no reason to wake this man up. She do a lot of promises. I promise you, I'm never the same thing she did out there with Lil Daphne. I promise you this was that, and I promise this is never gonna happen again. Lies, girl, why you always lying? When she said our father is upstairs, what? Why are you claiming this man?
Right.
Why are you claiming this man? Like there is like this detachment about her to where I feel like she has to be maniacal and she has to lean more into that Julian Cortland family side than the other. Like something's wrong with her. And she's just like, well, why? You told me, and we lead up, you know, to a conversation of JoJo talking to Cortland and she's like, we still don't trust you. We still don't trust you. Okay. Even down to her transitioning, like, was that all just you loving me for who I am and wanting me to be my best self, or were you just hyped up about the aspects of what I could be in the guise of a dog? I was like, does that work like that? That was the first thing that came to my mind. She was like, because the daughters give my. I was like, well, biological. I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna go over there because it's too much stuff over there. But Ashley, how do you feel about JoJo after this episode? Because JoJo was standing on business, like, get out my face. Get out my face. I think Rowan would be more of a detriment to JoJo than vice versa. I think she's going to have JoJo really have to pick a side because she can't be trusted.
Yeah, JoJo's such a non-factor to me, and I hate that. I hate to feel that way, but at the end of the day, she is going to buckle to Cortland. I still believe it. I know we saw this whole thing. I hope she should have left you as a pillar of salt, and I hope she turns you back when we get done here. I think Cortland is going to appeal to JoJo. He's going to apologize. He's going to do all this, and it is going to be rosy. But now that she is in the, what is it called, y'all? She's in the in-between, in the bubble, in the space, in the vacuum. Is she gonna get out? I think she just might be a ghost for the house now. Like, I don't know what JoJo's gonna be able to do after Rowan mistakenly used her powers to, you know, do whatever she did, which was random as hell.
Don't do me for forgetting. What's JoJo power again?
She can see the future or something, right?
Yeah, she has some kind of visions, right? Or predictions. Yeah. Allegedly, but she ain't see that coming, I guess. Because Ron was like, you can't leave this house. And then they morphed.
She has visions, really? That's the
Yeah, she predicts the future. She would tell Cortland what was going to happen. Like, she would have premonitions. That's right, see?
The way that I didn't... Okay. No, because powers, these things, that would be, like, extremely useful. So I don't know... Yeah. I don't know.
And then they threw in the you know, her being trans and you just wanted a daughter so that you could wield some more power. I mean, JoJo's such a non-factor. I'm more excited about these Black Mayfairs because I feel like they got the answers and that's who we need to be watching. I'm watching Dottie Jean. I'm watching her sister. I think that they're going to come up with the only smoke that's going to deal with Lasher because at this far, she's the only one who resisted him, the sister, but we haven't got there yet. But yeah, no, JoJo, non-factor. The rest of them, non-factor. And yeah, I don't know what she doing with Lil Booty from California. She needs something to slow ride though this season. We haven't got any slow riding from Rowan, so she's keeping him in town to get a ride. So watch next episode, they'll be hunching.
With the writing of Sip and what we've seen thus far with Black characters, do you really think these showrunners and writers who centered Rowan as a character in this actress are going to allow Evelyn and Dolly Jean to shine? Okay.
They already shined to me. That was the best part of this episode to me.
No, we gonna see because I need Dolly Jean to stop coming around giving the help. I need her to be an active Mayfair.
I think she's plotting
every time she opens it. She is, but still, just give me something else. She always running around looking like a damn domestic. Quanah, how did you feel about this?
Um, I don't know. Again, usually by now we're in the second season of this show. We're on the third episode. It's only like what 9, 10 episodes at most in this season. I would feel like I have a grasp of a character and where they're going. And because we just turned old girl into vapor now, I don't know what's happening. Then right, like I said, right before, then I can kind of understand what our LGBTQ brother and sister and be feeling when the minute we find out that we got a character that is in the community, they die or disappear or something happens to them 2 seconds later. I was like, well, daggone. That was a little throwaway line, and then 2 seconds later, she vapor. I was kind of like, I was offended on her behalf. I was like, my gosh, that's great to know, like this knowledge of like feeling othered and maybe some backstory about how the men in the family have weaker powers, and so it makes them vicious, like Cortland, like he has to try to seize power from the women, or like that's the kind of stuff that would make it interesting, because otherwise JoJo's power or lack thereof, not knowing that she was going to turn into vapor when she grabbed that little girl's hand and walked out the door, she could have done something. She could have see something, do something. I blinked twice. I don't know. I was so mad.
When did we see her use these powers?
We don't see them. They just mentioned it.
Yeah.
That's part of her going off on Cortland. She's like, Dad, I would tell you everything I saw.
Yeah. Why would we put that into action? Like this is stupid.
They said that first day of class in creative writing, when the professor is supposed to yell at you and tell you show, don't tell. Okay. Because I remember them days, okay? They missed those classes. They didn't get that lecture from their professors because they told us. But we ain't seen that near a flashback, no nothing, no, oh, I got a vision. Ooh, I'm
something. She's supposed to be Raven Samoan up in this piece. Like, I'm really surprised that's her power. That really, that went over my head. I didn't remember that. I didn't know what she did.
But then why would you also give her the same power that Ciprien has, basically?
That's what I'm saying. Does she have to touch something like Cip?
I don't think she gets to touch.
Yeah, she probably doesn't have to touch, but that's a very similar skill set. Like it's just weak. It's dumb. It's like having two storms.
I want to say it's dumb. How are you feeling about JoJo? Are you here for JoJo? Do you think that JoJo will become useful at any part in the show?
Me? Who, me?
C? No, C.
Oh, me. Okay. No, I don't. Honestly, and respectfully, I don't think JoJo's acting is strong enough to carry. If we being real, the scene where she's talking about her transition to her dad, which was kind of unneeded in my opinion. Like we all know, we don't need the whole explanation in the show. But that scene just didn't hit the way it could have hit because I don't feel like the actress is to the point that it could make me feel any type of way about her, right? It also could be something with the writing. I feel like the true villain of this show is really the showrunner, but we can get into that. But I still like JoJo. I still feel like she's the one in the family that everybody likes. She's the one that you can kind of talk to. She's been very caring and invested in other people's success and well-being, which is the complete opposite of Rowan, even though I feel like that show wants us to believe that that's her when it's not. It's really JoJo. JoJo's the one who cares about people, in my opinion. But I like JoJo. But yeah, I don't think her being absent for whatever period she will be absent for will really do anything to the show.
She's so concerned. She was like, I had to get Daphne out of there. Go out there, talk, say some kind words. And Rowan went out there and lied. She's like, hey, stop. I was like, crawfish beignets? That's the thing? What is it? That's all I was into in this scene. But yeah, anytime that JoJo's acting sadly, I just, those skits, those moments on RuPaul's Drag Race where they have a challenge and it's like their acting challenge. I was like, that's what goes in my head.
Yeah.
Me. Got a super chat here. No message, just actually folks some love.
Thank you, Gramercy Place 3, and thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate the $10 super chat.
Yeah, I've never seen this person. Is this someone new?
Yeah, Gramercy looks in.
Welcome, see Gramercy. Welcome, see Gramercy. Child, I'm tired. Yeah, I need a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I am so shocked that that's her power. I don't know how I missed it. I know how, but I shouldn't have because it should be very pivotal to their circle, which would be really great to have. And since we're here, Dolly Jean can what?
Dollar Jean is a keeper of secrets. We don't know her power yet. She's keeping that close to the chest. We don't know what they can do. Baby,
Okay,
she can
so
mix up a tea. She can mix up a spell tea.
with this whole film, because you had that moment where she was last season, she was like, "Oh, Rowan, she's with child," and we have the other one who, with a drop of blood, he can seek out other Mayfairs.
Yeah.
Okay, Rowan, we know her little shtick barely. Cortland has nothing. Right?
Cortland has promises from
Okay.
Lasher. If he helps him fulfill everything, he gonna get something.
And we have baby here. She can read minds, and as far as
But
anybody
not
else,
everybody's.
we have no clue what anybody else does. Correct.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
the one chick could glamour the men, but they took her out last season.
Oh yeah.
They took her out. Yeah. I'm just making sure. I'm like, I know, dog.
What is Cortland's power? Maybe he got the power like the other dude to make people forget, because he be diddling all the girls and they don't remember nothing afterwards. That's what his power is.
But he's always utilizing someone else to do something. I really don't think Cortland has. He has the power of the tongue. He can talk and garner things. He's been accessing JoJo and utilizing her power, but whatever. We can go see that again. When we get here, she's a liar and the truth ain't in her. When Rowan was sitting there lying, and she was like, "Well, yeah," and but he's not even here.
Right.
He's not even here. She's like, "Oh, come on to the back. Let me talk to you first." It's like, girl, I'm not here to play with you. And conveniently, we can't read Rowan's mind out of everybody else. We got to keep this music playing. She's a Decepticon. If she don't do nothing, she gonna read your mind. But we can't read Rowan's mind. It borderline looked like Rowan was gonna do her like she did several of those men in the first season, and was about to give her some type of brain aneurysm. I didn't know what was gonna happen. But she just expects her to go off of trust. See, did you find it problematic that she just couldn't read her mind, or are you okay with this writing?
I didn't understand it, but she's about, when someone's so powerful, I can't read it. But literally 2 scenes ago, she couldn't even light the damn candles with her power. So how much power does Rowan really have when Lasher's not anywhere in the vicinity? It doesn't make sense to me. I hate that she fell for it so quickly, because I want Myra to be smart, right? I want Myra to be smart. And I'm still holding out faith for Myra, because in the final scene, you see her looking back at Rowan with disgust, like, this bitch didn't even put Lasher the way she was supposed to do it. So I'm hoping that she opens her eyes again to the lies that is Rowan. But I was so mad that she was so trusting of Rowan after this.
I mean, I still have faith in her, because if she would have taken this verbatim, she wouldn't have alerted. Even though, girl, I wouldn't be in the Talamasca face either. But she don't know. She just it's the lesser of two evils. I'm still this one. I'm trusting Sip at this moment.
Ciprien don't know what he's doing either. She calling for help, and Ciprien need help his damn self. It's like, what the blind?
She don't know Sip like we know Sip. But the fact that it wasn't just like, she's like, I'm not intimidated by your powers. Like, I'm your friend. Trust me. We're in this together. She's like, girl, no, Sip. He's coming. Stay across the street.
And how did she know that Myra was talking to the Talamasca? Did I miss something she said? Oh, I know you're talking to the Talamasca.
That's why I said she thinks she's omniscient, because they didn't lead up to that anyway. You have detectives following her, or you just intuitively knew all of a sudden. That's what I'm saying. They be introducing stuff that don't make sense, because how would you know that?
Yeah.
Right. Maybe she's been pillow talking with Sip and we don't know about it. Kawana, did you want her to be able to read her mind, or were you just like, you know what, I want to see where this goes?
I wanted Rowan to remember that she had a mind reader on her side. I don't know. I just maybe, going up Buffy the Vampire Slayer style. You use everything that you got. I don't understand why you wouldn't have tried to win this girl over from the moment you met her. Then you could have gathered all the Mayfairs in the room, had her, oops, we knocked the record player over, and read everybody's mind and have something on, to use. It's just such a waste of her power. But I definitely wanted her to be able to read Rowan's mind. At the bare minimum, it would have been interesting to see if what she picked up was, oh, I'm going to kill Lasher, and then we know that that's fake, and we know that now she's somehow been able to cloak her mind or feed her an untruth. That would have been more interesting than, oh, she got COVID head, she got a head, like, I was like that. Ooh, ouch, that hurt. That would have been just more interesting, I think, to see that level of deception, or either to make us think, oh, well, maybe Rowan is planning to do something. And then we kind of get her being sneaky when she walks out the room, like, it worked, or whatever. Like, I was able to hide what was going on in my head. But just to make her head hurt. And then, like C said, like, oh, you're so powerful, but yet you can't light a candle.
Right.
That's like witchcraft 101. That's the first thing they show us. Anytime you see a witch, is them heifers blowing on a candle and lighting it. I don't every show. So I don't understand how that made her brain bleed. Basically, it doesn't make sense. So I definitely wanted her to see something.
That's right over there with light as a feather, stiff as a board. Like, girl, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. I at least, like, I want this to just be like some aha, because Cortland was the one who went over there. Like, what is all this loud music? Somebody cut that music. I want her to be in cahoots with Cortland this whole time. Like, yeah, family, y'all been keeping me as an outsider this whole time. I don't give a damn about none of y'all. Like,
I would have knocked that record player over so fast. What y'all heifers doing up in here? Boom.
No, just something. But Cortland was the only one who were like, because Dolly was like, I don't care where she at, make sure that music is playing. Cortland was like, yeah, go cut that off. Who had that music out of nowhere? He was like, cut that loud music off. But why? Are y'all in cahoots? Give me something to root for, please. Ashley,
I stand Moira to this day, and I don't think she's dumb. I think she did what anybody would do. Well, Sip, she's saying she's gonna unalive him. She's saying she's gonna do it. He said, yeah, nah, I don't believe it. Let me bring out my little spray can of Raid, and we're gonna go catch him as he comes back home. I thought Moira did what she needed to do. Again, this idea that Rowan is this all-powerful, it just doesn't land. It doesn't at all. But I still like Moira. I think she's a savage. I think she's cold-blooded, and I'm here to see all that Moira can do. I think that this was just a thing. I think that there's some sort of ward or something over Rowan's mind, because we ain't heard about her not being able to read someone's mind before. My issue is, again, in this moment, with Rowan, just tell the truth, girl. Tell the truth and shame the devil. What you got to hide? They all here now. You think they're just gonna storm out after they find out he's been unaliving their people? Like, I just don't. These are the things. These are the things that bother me. But I still like Moira. I would be here for a Secret Circle, coup taking place. I'm honestly here as long as we get some excitement. Just give me something. Give me some variety. Give me some range. Give me some depth in the story, and I'd be here for it. But I still want to know what Moira has up her sleeve. I do think her draws are going to drop for Sip. I feel it coming. I really, really do. I feel it. I feel it coming. And then maybe that'll bring some excitement and contention between her and Rowan. Rowan knew she was never going to unalive Lasher. I don't even know. She should have been able to discern that. If you couldn't read the mind, Moira, you should have known Rowan. She wasn't going to take it.
I wish she could have. I wish we could have got like that duality, if it's just like, well, oh, you are telling the truth, and then by the time she hits the street and it's the showdown, it's foggy and like, oh, I can't read her. Like, this is a problematic situation to her, where maybe she has the intention of doing one thing, but when it comes to Lasher, she just can't. She was telling the truth in the room with me, though. No, we just can't. That's why I'm like, y'all have to be planting seeds for us to not trust Rowan. There's no other way for this to go.
Yeah,
even though we never did, but just the point of it all. Just the point of it all. It's just like, when he gives you this unlimited power, you're just gonna kill him. It's like, read my mind. Just go ahead. We're just do it here. But we trusted Sip, though. Oh, Sip here. Sip tried to stand up this episode. He tried to stand up. Child, when he stood up, was like, I'm getting sick and tired of y'all withholding information. I was like, Sip, sit down. Sit all the way down. This disrespect, as much as I've done, is hard. I am an asset. I am an integral part of this organization, and I can't even know why you have a safe house in Amsterdam. Like, we need to know though, Sip. Like, just I'm tired of people walking into these situations blindly. I'm tired of people trusting everyone. Like, stop doing that. You need to be on high alert. This man basically slaps Sip every single episode. It's like, I ain't got to tell you nothing. That's above your ranking. Shut up and get on the job. If you don't like it, you can leave. And he's like, oh, you're still with us? Yep, I'm here, ain't I? Like, Sip is not giving what you thought it was. It's not giving what you thought it was, but he has the trust of Myra over there. Ashley, were you here for Sip getting a little air in his chest this episode? He's not content. He might be about to make some moves.
Well, I mean, he's given yes, sir, Master Boss. That's what it gives to me in these moments, and it really sends me, sir, because you are too fine to be acting like this and to be used in this way, Sip. I'm mad he kind of took this role because I'm like, is this what they plan to do? Emasculate this black man? In this world of white witches, I don't know. I didn't like it. It didn't make me feel good. I do hope that he has another plan to do something else, and then it's still about him saving the Mayfairs. It all comes down to that. Well, I've been watching that house since I was a kid. Albrecht's like, listen, that ain't got nothing to do with me. The powers that be said you can't know anything, but I'm gonna still use you right now. So go ahead and get Lasher. Go on, boy. Go on and get Lasher. I hated the optics of it. I hated the way it looked. I hate that Sip still has no autonomy. There is nothing about his character that's like, I want to do better for me. It's still very much centered around these Mayfair women, and I don't like it. I'm over it. I'm annoyed by it. Is this a conch in his hair? What is this picture? Is this from the show?
It's from the show.
Oh.
It's from the episode.
Okay, it just looks different, but yeah, but yeah, no, I'm over him. I'm fed up. He fed up. I'm fed up too. We both fed up, Sip.
Is this a con? Is this from the 70s? No, this
it
is
looks
a dignified still shot from this episode.
Okay.
No, in the N and the H, they wrote. I'm gonna assume that they just wrote Odetta out of the show. They really didn't make any use for her. They didn't mention that sister again up until this
right.
Missed it. See, are you here for Sip beating that chest? I ain't taking this too much longer.
I'm never here for Sip. I'm sorry. I don't like him. I think he's incompetent. I think he's horrible at his job. I think he's, as much as he wants to say he's being professional, he's not. He's out here whining, crying, simping after Rowan every chance he get. Can't do nothing right. Myra come to him for help, and he looking at her like, "Well, I don't know what are we going to do?" It's embarrassing at this point. And I said before, like, when is he going to change his clothes? I'm tired of this turtleneck. He out here stinking in a steakhouse, trying to look at the other place. I just don't. The more I'm hoping that Sim can redeem himself a little bit, but I feel like first season did him justice. This season he just seems so just incompetent, and I don't blame the other guy for not telling him nothing, because Sim don't know what to do with that information. Like, bruh. You're not good at your job.
Like, use that as your fuel. Like, this man, he's like, yeah, we're gonna capture him. Well, yeah, make sure my safe house is like, it's all giving suspicious. Like, you need to be on high alert. At this point, I just want to see Sip out there just touching random stuff just touch stuff. Just go do something. Make your own plans, bruh. Quana.
I just had an epiphany. I could be wrong. I think we're gonna find out he's a Mayfair.
He could be. That's what I'm saying. He should be. All these visions of
back about him talking about how he always used to watch that house and everything like that. We're gonna find out that Dolly Jean is his mama or something, and gave him up or something like that. I don't know, but that's the only thing I could think of for him having this power, because he's the only other person really. We ain't hardly seen nobody else. We saw Maury use her power for all of 2 seconds. We ain't seen JoJo use her power. We really ain't seen nobody use no powers. So that's the only thing I can think. But he tired. Oh my gosh, I want him to get. She must have gave him some good poom poom. I'm telling you what.
Did you see it? It wasn't.
It wasn't. It wasn't. But maybe because he hadn't done it so long, it was good to him. He was like she did that thing. What was it? Oh gosh, not was it Robin who said if you squeeze my pelvis real tight, made it feel like it was the real thing or something from that's the only thing I could think of because he is so like his boss is like, bruh, this job ain't for you. Sit down. He ain't listening. Oh, I gotta stay. I gotta stay. I gotta stay on it. I'm the only one who could do it. Like it's just so sad and so tired. And I'm just oh gosh, I just want to be like, baby, just go figure out where your people are. Where's your sister at? Where's your little niece, your little nephew? What happened to that?
I think it's just an issue with the writing because they try to, from what I saw, mix two characters in the book and make one with Sip. Sip is mix of this very strong-minded lead Talamasca, like on the job, man. And then there's also another character in the book that is just highly devoted, all Rowan and her love interest. And they mixed these characters and gave us Ciprien.
It's because the writers don't know how to write because Sip's role should be he's the inside man to the Talamasca who's giving Rowan the information she would need to help fight. And maybe that is going to come, but it's we a season and a half daggone near in here. We should be seeing something of that come to fruition. But that is what traditionally his role would be, and we're not getting any of that. So it's just pissing me off, y'all.
But what's up with the Talamasca? Like, what's in those books? They're always making it seem like we don't really know where the Talamasca lies. Like, are they even trustworthy? Like, this man, our lead
Albert
Talamasca,
is shady.
He's shady as hell. Like, are we supposed to trust him? I don't know. It's not. And then I think last season, even with that, it just seems like they withhold so much information. Even with this Lasher, y'all not instantly taking Lasher out. You guys are capturing him to take him where to do what? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's raggedy. Raggedy. Sip, do more, please. I'm tired of you looking like a magical Negro in an all-black turtleneck. Please.
Right.
Please. These two. Now, look. I don't know why Rowan...
Oh, she got that black one. That's his mama.
Right.
I just noticed it. That's his mama.
They tried to tell us with the clothes.
They put it
I mean, why wouldn't we give, like, that... She better not be, because that would piss me off. That would be totally left field. It wasn't like, oh, when we were adopted, running around on these streets, I used to go. No, he said I would I would be in the house. I was supposed to be there or going from A to B. I just had to stop by that house. And it's just like, we ain't got into nothing about them being adopted or none of that. Stop. Don't be digging up them bones, Quanah. No, but I really hope that these two really give us some story. I really hope that these two give us some story because we have this instant untrust as far as Cortland because she's all for Cortland inviting these folks over to the house and getting the family here, doing what I can't. But then when she finds out that we can't really get Sister Evelyn here or get her to answer her phone because there was something that transpired with her and Cortland and she won't step foot in this house as long as he's here. But I'm like, sis, she didn't answer the phone for you either. She didn't answer the phone for you. You didn't say you left her a message and said, well, sister, we can't. No, you called her supposedly as a sister, and she didn't even answer the phone for you. So somebody's lying. Of course, we locked Cortland in the room without him being. It's like, it's not what you think. Let me explain. It was something like, yeah. I think she's very self-serving. She always has those little ominous moments with that little young Lasher, like she knows something that somebody doesn't, or she's doing something to serve herself. And Cortland is always kind of, he has to have some type of plan because baby, when he called the Talamasca, they said the number you have called is now. He was like, yeah, you're not of use anymore. You're a liability. We can't come to the phone right now. So he's going to have to find some type of way to atone to whatever the Julian and the Lasher and the legacy, whatever their mission overall was. But I want to know, Quanah, what do you think these two are up to? If you think they're up to anything at all? Because Evelyn didn't answer. She didn't answer for neither one of them. And I think the sister lying about something.
I think if nothing else, Dolly Jean knew what Cortland was doing. And she just gives me that kind of like older matriarch who kind of like turns a blind eye because she's not really, at the head of the family. What we got or what I got from season 1 is it was Cortland. Then you had whatever was going over with Deirdre and Carlotta and all them people. Dolly Jean wasn't on the end. And I have a feeling that she knew, and maybe Evelyn said something because of her power. Maybe she wasn't all the way under like everybody else was, and she just kind of turned her head and didn't stand by her whenever she tried to get help. So I think that's why she's choosing not just to ignore Cortland, but really not even answering her sister's phone calls as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's going on, and I think Evelyn is that kind of person who she pretty much is placating whoever she needs to, because her ultimate goal is to get closer to Lasher as well. Because we didn't see her sitting there. I mean, she is, I guess, semi-aware of whatever is happening in this plan to, like, we got to protect the family, but she was sitting there, fixing his collar and his tie and Lasher and not doing anything to stop, the potential danger. So she definitely gives, I'm going to do what I have to do in order to keep things rolling.
Yeah, I just be wanting Rowan to take some type of, like, why are you listening? Oh, she said you did such and such. We're gonna lock you in this room and we're gonna send somebody. No, you go to Evelyn yourself. Hey, why you don't want to mess with the family? What's up? Like, girl, can you do anything? Ashley.
You know she thinks she's a boss. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't leaving the house. I'm like, girl, if you cared that much, you would have went to see about her. I definitely think that Cortland touched that lady. I think he did some strange things to her. It's definitely that. And I was looking at the son, but you know how they don't be casting right. So it might be Cortland's son. Who knows? But I was definitely went through the motions and the thoughts when I was looking at her at that bar. Dolly Jean, I feel like, is a master manipulator. I feel like that might be her superpower, but it's all to some end. This is the first time we've really seen animus between her and Cortland, because remember in the beginning, it was very much giving chummy. Like, oh, this is my cousin, Dolly Jean, it very much gave that. And so now I'll say that it's kind of interesting to see now she has an attitude. I would have left you down there in the basement. So you knew the whole time, Jolly Jean, that he was down there? I don't know. Maybe I missed that. But yeah, I think somebody in the comments is talking about Lasher and Rowan. And if you watch the after show, every single time they make reference to that being her child, her lover, her man. They always run those themes together. So we're definitely going to see some Oedipal situations with them. But yeah, don't trust anyone. Cortland's useless. He'll be back down there with Julian, probably feeding him a foot and a leg next time. Yeah.
I really don't like that barrier that they keep crossing
Right.
with the what her son, her lover. Like, but can you please? I'm sure we're gonna circle back around from the little notations I read in that book about them getting together again. But like, why? When y'all want to dictate and change certain things in a book, those are certain things that I would probably leave on cutting room floor. See,
I thought it was interesting that Dolly and Cortland don't even mess with each other like that. Like, Dolly don't like him, but she not doing nothing to keep him away from these little girls in the family. I noticed that. Like, man, what's going on? If you don't like him, be the whistleblower here, right? I don't know what Cortland's plan is. I don't know if he's pro Lasher or against Lasher, because he was working with Lasher that he wasn't, and it's like, I don't know what his deal is. I think Dolly is just trying to do whatever's best to get Lasher back into the fold, because I feel like she's still very pro Lasher for whatever odd reason. And I also feel that for whatever reason, Lasher's powers of seduction don't seem to work on the Black Witches. I don't know. I thought maybe he was.
oh, didn't get over there because I was like,
because Dolly wasn't feeling him sexually in any kind of way. It didn't give in the scenes that she was with him. And the lady at the bar, she wasn't feeling him kind of sexually. So I was like, what's up? Is he not putting on the charm for the Black Witches? Or are they immune to the charms, the pheromones?
See, we going to take a commercial break because I ain't like that. Like, what y'all trying to say? What are you trying to say? Y'all already left me with that, with the black mage y'all had in the basement taking the beating.
Right, exactly.
We are going to come right back after these messages. We want to know your thoughts. Be sure to show some love. I see some major love in this chat for C. Super chat your girl and show her some love. Super chat Quana. Super chat Sweet Perspective. Show these ladies some love. We will definitely be right back. All Jack Alliance in the
Talk, get quiet. When you try to come for me, I keep on flourishing. And he's the universe when I'm in company. Is you love it how I move. You love it how I touch.
really, really hope that we don't have Myra go lay down anywhere with Sip. That would just really upset me.
She is.
Isn't she like? I mean, she's a what is she? What was she home from college or where'd she come from? I mean, she's of age, but just go away from that. I don't want to see that. I thought he was biding his time until he can get rolling under the sheets again. That's what I thought we were probably doing. But I have to acknowledge Miss Evelyn here because I found it, extremely peculiar. Out of all witches, this was the one who said, yeah, get them hands off me. She was not swayed.
I liked it.
She wasn't in awe. It was fine. I was here for it because, baby, if she wasn't there to save herself, Rowan wasn't going to do it. Wasn't nobody. I was like, y'all just, Lord, she's not answering. Y'all act like this is just so, oh my God, this is just urgent. She needs to be here to drink the tea, drink the Kool-Aid, and get the information that Lasher's out on the hunt. Meanwhile, she down here at the bar, sliding him down brewskis of milk. But why, out of all the witches, I don't know. I don't think it's anything like... oh, she's immune. She has a different type of power. I think this was a choice on the writer's part. Okay. I think that this was pretty sad. I didn't like this. I was like, oh, Lasher's equal. At least he's equal opportunity, but she's not going to fall for the charms. But it wasn't even like a window of what they give to those other witches that have been sacrificed at this point and been hemorrhaged. I'm kind of under it, but no, let me snap out of it. Like, you got the right one. It was just like nothing. It was nothing. You had your little milk, now get your ass out this bar. Shout out to the son, because if he wasn't there, like, ain't nobody saving nobody life. Like, y'all pathetic family at this point. But I just felt like this was a writing choice, and I didn't like it. I did not like it. Like, are we going to utilize Evelyn? Are we going to go into this and go, wow, out of all the other ones, like, you didn't fall for it? I think this was just a choice, like, we're not going to do that with her. And not that I want to see this sister die, because, girl, do your job. But why this witch and none of the other ones? Ashley?
Okay, so here's my theory. And yes, she is powerful. And I think we see a preview for next episode. I think she's like a shapeshifter or something interesting. But also, I'm thinking, what if she's a lesbian and she just don't like men? And it doesn't... and it's just not ever going to be a thing. You know what I mean? I actually really, really enjoyed this. I said, oh, look, she has taste. She can see clearly the son is gone because he's terrible. He's awful. I loved everything about it. I didn't like that he was going to take it. Now that part was very extreme because, again, all of the other Mayfairs acquiesced. But I do think it speaks to her prowess, and I hope they explore her character more. She was one of the ones, I guess, with more depth, and we know she got more screen time than even Little Hocus Pocus last episode. I'm actually interested to see what happens with her character. And like I said, once I saw the preview for next episode and I see her face changing and all that stuff, I'm like, okay, there's more to her, and that's probably why this went down the way that it did. Because again, he's landed every other Mayfair that he's attempted so far, and she's the one that didn't give in.
I don't see this show doing anything with it. I really don't. I really don't. I think this was a conscious decision, a very poor one. I don't see them. And if it is something, it's just like, oh, and then she's dead the next episode. Like, I'm not putting my stock in these raggedy folks. Quana?
It is giving very much like suspicious. This is suspicious writers.
Suspicious.
This is a little strange. Why this? Which, and I don't know if it's because that past trauma has put her on guard. Maybe because she's disconnected from the family, so his allure is not as strong on her. But I hope that next week we get a deep dive into it.
They gotta do something, Quana. It don't take much for something to look like an issue. Don't make this one of those issues. Like, this is something very simple. I just want them to utilize her, and it's not like, oh, and she's dead next episode. Do something with her. Like, this is something very poignant to me because we've seen everybody, and then just the violence of it, where he was like really about to attack her. It's like, yeah, we didn't see this with the other women. I'm curious. See?
Shout out to Agatha all along. Do you think that Dolly could be a protection witch and maybe she put some kind of protection on Evelyn while she wasn't so worried about her not being there? Or like, and how she was so, knowledgeable about the protection spell and, oh, you got to cover the mirrors, child, for it to work right. It seemed like maybe I'm digging too much into it and I'm looking for answers that the writers ain't give us, but maybe she's some sort of protection witch. And that's probably also why she don't like Cortland, because all the girls need protection from him. Uh, but I don't know what they're going to do with Evelyn. I hope that it's something, but I'm not too optimistic about that, given the writing that we've had so far.
And then when I saw I had cut it off, but any of the little trailer, I'm like, if she was that, this would have been the most opportune time to use your power, like to protect yourself. Your son came out there with the bat, like you were just completely powerless. Wouldn't this be the time to turn to the Hulk and whoop his ass? I'm confused.
Well, she did pull out that bottle on him. You saw she was the one.
Yeah, but but those are like, physical average things that the everyday human being can do. Like why aren't they using their powers?
I think Dolly Jean is the protection witch, and maybe she put her protection on. I don't know. This is digging. I'm digging deep for this, so it's I'm reaching real far for this one. But I don't know.
He said, I'm trying to make fetch happen. I'm really trying to I just do something with her, because I was like, oh, she ain't falling for it. But I was like, oh, she ain't falling for it. And you getting all abrasive above the neck area.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. But we finally get her sitting here, and she tells all these people the truth. And the way that they were gearing this family up, and oh, where's Lasher? And if you don't tell them Lasher is here, or if you just tell them anything but, they're going to all storm out of here. They're going to all turn against you. Is it going to happen next episode? Because it didn't happen here. See, what is this family going to do next? What's going to happen next with this family?
Nothing. They're followers. They're not even putting two and two together. Even when they saw that Rowan vaporized the cousins at the door, they were just like, oh. Like it's like they need to be led. And unfortunately, their leader right now is Rowan, and she don't know what the hell she's doing. I don't think that the family is that capable. They're just followers. And they ain't even hardly get no lines in this episode. It was like
Dad, with the situation with Lucy, I was like, are we gonna use these things? Is it gonna cause discontent? Because I was like, any little leverage that you maybe have for this family to maybe trust you, you opened up the door with a complete lie. Like, I don't know. And then it was just like, oh, Lasher's good. It wasn't like I was waiting for, like, you're a liar. Lasher would never. He's protected our family. It was just like, shock and awe. I was like, are we gonna do anything? And then you have the dad. Oh, that's what happened. He killed Lucy. Didn't he? Kill. I was like, we didn't even know her. We don't care. We don't care. The bus start pissing me off, and then when I get pissed off, the show is up. It's up for the show. Thank you so much, the Unseen Soundscape, for the $5 super chats. And I would love to see a flashback to see more of the Mayfair powers. Wouldn't we all? Soundscape? I would love to get a flash forward and see anything. I just want to see some people use their power, because the way, if I'm to be understood, even if it's just the smallest of the smallest power, like the girl who said, I can just glamour, I can't really do much. Every female in this room should have a power, correct? Or does it skip every?
That's not something that they've addressed at this point, ma'am. We don't know. We know that there's levels to power. I don't know, because it didn't seem like Alicia, right, Moira's mom, had any powers to speak of. So I don't know if it skips. I don't know. I don't know, child. Jesus. It's not something they felt like we needed to know.
Jesus. Juana, is the family gonna flip and be just all against her? Like, what's gonna happen with this family? Because they supposed to be pulling out torches and pitchforks and stuff at this point, right?
Next week's episode, the family will have they will have forgotten that they even had the family in this episode, and the family won't even be there. I'm like there was just, I just don't understand. There was just no point. Them people were there, and ultimately, none of them needed to be there. None of them were involved in anything that happened in this episode. All we needed was Moira, who should have already been by the house one time. The little sister, I still don't remember her name, bless her heart, and JoJo. We really didn't even need all these other people there.
Right.
It could have just been them coming over because he just with the mama, and she left. So it naturally bring them over. They could have gotten any other way for those couple of people to be at the house. The rest of these people, it just made no sense. So are they going to turn on Rowan? I really don't even know if it matters, because I don't know that they have the ability to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so sad. Ashley, please tell me this family gonna do something. They gonna start an uprising, right?
Yeah. So, well, I don't know, but I thought her whole plan was to have all of the Mayfair women there so they could have the protection. Like that was what I thought the whole point of having them
Nobody
all
drank no
there.
Kool-Aid.
Well, I'm saying, but that's what she says, right? So I can protect them. That's why they're there. I'm honestly hoping that the men rise up, right? Because the men, these are their daughters, their nieces, their whatever. And maybe they're not so influenced, right? Because the men in the family don't have powers. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm hoping that they rise up and maybe help, the crusade of it all. But is it gonna matter anyway? Now that Lasher has been absconded with by the Talmasca, like again, most of it is just an exercise in futility at this point. They're gonna hate Rowan honestly for lying for this long. You could have just told us the truth from the beginning. You let me tell you about my daughter missing, and now you want to tell the truth, Rowan. We're still gonna get the hate from the family. Rowan will never be loved by this family at all whatsoever. But maybe my hope is that maybe Lucy's dad, maybe the family genealogy guy, maybe some good will come from it, child. I don't know. I really don't know. I just want to see more of the Black Mayfairs and what they got coming next episode. That's all I care about.
See, it's just so dry out here. They disappeared. they were thralled. This was her plan all along. She was gonna get him there and thrall him. Notice she didn't say, I'm gonna get him here and instantly kill him. That wasn't her plan in the beginning. She was like, I'm gonna get him here, he's gonna be lured to the house, and I'm gonna thrall him. He did it to me and Sip, last season, and we were just, that was her plan. Even more levity to the fact that, girl, you weren't never gonna okay. But they're gone now. They're gone now, and these powers don't work unless Lasher is in the vicinity. So now, what's going to happen with Daphne and JoJo? Ashley, do you care?
I don't. I don't. Because Daphne, girl, what was you so mad about? What did Rowan lied worse to everybody else than you? You lied to me, Rowan. Girl, shut up. Shut up and go to the hot place. You and JoJo. I don't give a damn. I don't have to see neither one of these ladies ever again. Maybe they'll be keepers of the keep. Maybe they'll be watchers on the wall. Maybe they will watch the house and report back. I don't. I ain't got nothing to do with either one of them.
These are such throwaway characters. Like, I don't give a damn about Daphne's feelings being hurt. We don't know her.
The only thing I can think of is this is going to intensify Moira's hate for Rowan, and that could be interesting. But other than that, I ain't got it to do. I don't know.
Kwana, do you care about them being thralled? Do you want them to cross mountains and seas to get them back?
No, I don't. I mean, I feel bad. Oh, it was so sad. The babies, they didn't do no kind of build up to make us really feel sad for them babies. But I just had an epiphany. What is Carlotta's sister, the ghost lady? What is her name?
Oh, child, I have no clue.
I know who you're talking about.
The ghost lady, the old ghost lady. I just had an idea, because I was like, oh, is it supposed to be like the three witches in Macbeth? Like, the three crones, where you have like the old one, the young one, and then and so now we have the three different ages. We got the young one. So maybe together in that spiritual state, maybe they'll have some powers that they can like surge into Rowan. Like, that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, like, that's the thing. It's like, where are the people in the writer's room who done read stuff with witches and are pulling from material? And if it's not in the book already, where is the? I don't know.
They can do that. We're gonna have JoJo in a corner consoling Daphne. It's okay. I don't want to. What's gonna happen? Are we gonna like? It's gonna be okay. They're gonna get us out of here. Just wait. Like, it's gonna be like hours upon hours of just that up until the moment.
I'm trying to make it good. That's what I would do. Make the three ghostly ladies give some power to Rowan.
Have
To keep it
Myra
loose.
on Rowan's neck. You better fix it. Get my sister out of there. They wanted to have that brief moment of Daphne and Myra were like, we're not going to go to foster care or anything, are we? Are we going to be living with? No, I got your back. You're my sister. So we're going to have her team up now and have no choice but to be next to Rowan because now you need to get my sister out of there.
Yeah, that's exactly
See?
what happened.
Yeah, I don't really much care what happened to these characters. Unfortunately, even though I like JoJo, but it's like I can only put so much when the writer's only giving me so much, right? As long as only so much I can invest. And maybe it could be interesting to do like the whole, maiden mother crone thing, but I still don't think that they're going to do that. I do think that Myra is going to be a little bit more upset because, like I said, that last look back at Rowan was given. I can't stand this. Like she was sick of her, right? But I don't care at this point. I don't care that they're in the thrall. I more so care about why Rowan thinks that she could take out Lasher when she can't even control her own powers, and like how is she going to do all of this?
That's been a question since last season.
It doesn't make sense.
That's been a question since I watched that last season. And at this point, the only JoJo I'm acknowledging is the one who sings "Get Out." I have no stock. I have no stock in either one of these individuals. Like Ashley said, they could go away forever, and I wouldn't. Like sorry to this man. Mommy, please. Like, oh, okay. Here we go. We back with the nonsense. The way that Myra was like, and can you, like, are you
right? Do it.
Because she ran out and she was like, oh, like, I was like, all right, here y'all go with this thing. I thought they was going to have some tumbleweed roll across and it was going to say, wow, wow, wow. Like, what I have to meet the old Western. But all right, he's limping, after being fatally wounded. I love when he's like just attacking Evelyn and then he's stabbed. He's like, oh, like then he turns back into I'm just a boy and I just want some milk. Mommy, like, Mom, help me. I need some help. I need water. Take me in. I was like, get the hell out of here with this crap. Lasher does not give that. But as he's limping towards her, it's like, okay, this is the time. Like, how close do you need him to get? What the hell do you need to say? Kill him. And it's like, yeah, I was never going to be on your side, Rowan. Nobody can be on your side now because you didn't even attempt to do anything. And not even with lack of attempt. As soon as Sip comes through with the smoke, no! No! He comes through with the pesticides. No! Protecting him from it. And now you're out, down for the count, can't do a damn thing, and we have the Talamasca swoop in and just take Lasher. Ashley?
This was so comical to me. This was so comical. And as Rowan is laid down there in the middle of the street, Moira looks at her and says, all right, come on, Zip. Let's go back to the apartment. Like, I cackled because, girl, what are you doing? What do you think this is? What? And I thought you're so powerful. This little smoke, this little puff of smoke took you out, sis. Like this. And Sip, you're the rat catcher now. Felix done changed over his position. He gave you the keys to the kingdom, Sip. This is what they got you doing. And what makes it so bad, they snatched Lasher up in a car and don't even tell you where he's going, Sip. So you did all this for what? Working for the man every night and day. I thought this was so stupid. Rowan, if you're supposed to take him out, why are you jumping in front of him? We knew it was never going to be that. We knew she was never going to unalive Lasher. She was going to try to keep him somewhere, do something with him. Who knows? I'm disgusted by both of them. Leave that hep out in the street, just like Moira said.
Right.
See, did you think at any moment that she was actually going to do anything to Lasher? Or because this would be the opportune time. Your power should be on fleek. He's this close to you. We don't want to do anything. See?
Yeah, it's like, why didn't her powers like work better if she had all of this close vicinity to her charging port, which is Lasher? It didn't make any sense. But no, I didn't think she would do anything. She was taking too damn long to do anything. It was like, it took the whole majority of the show felt like was this, her walking up to him and not doing anything. I was like, when are we going to get down to the business? Even Myra was like, girl, do it, right? I didn't like the ending of this episode. I didn't like, Cyprien coming out of nowhere from the bushes with this damn, bottle of Raid. I didn't like it at all. And I'm so mad because there's a house full of witches and nobody could do nothing. Nothing.
No.
So, yeah, I was just done with it. By the time we got here, I was already sick of the episode or already turned it off. So,
I'm like, their powers must be like really minor in comparison to Rowan's or something. Maybe in comparison to whoever the 13th witch was supposed to be. Everybody else's powers must be extremely minuscule. It has to be. Because I don't, because they just all stand around like, oh my God, like somebody do something.
right.
Like, can nobody else do anything? Quana.
I can't, Tyra. I can't do it. This whole end sequence. First of all, she's standing there. You ain't got a plan. You ain't have a plan for how you were gonna attack him. If you were actually gonna attack him, you didn't have a plan for how you were gonna grab him and run off and protect him. You didn't have a plan for nothing. Then here come Warren, do something. Here comes Ciprien with his little. Well, I couldn't figure out, was it a spray? Was it a screwdriver? Did he stab him? What did he do? I couldn't tell. It was so daggone dark. These people with these daggone lighting on this show is going to piss me off. That's another thing. I'm so sick of these nighttime scenes.
So they keep
poorly lit.
Even
they
when
know we watching shows on our cell phones. Can we get some better lighting, please? I'm sitting here trying to be incognito, watch the show just in case they get a little rowdy with it, in the house. Can't tell what's going on. I'm just, at this point now, it just seems like no one in this family has any clear understanding of where their power comes from, of how Lasher is connected to it. There are no family albums, no books, no recipe cards, no nothing. It just really seems like no one sat down and said, okay, this is the story we want to tell, but what's the power in this universe? And when you have another character from another show within the same universe come and say, ooh, what are you? You're new. Okay, he's new. But I would assume, since we've taken on all the way back to the 1600s, witches are not new. So do the vampires know about witches? We don't know. Gosh, at the end of by that time we got to this part, I almost threw my phone. I was like, what is this garbage?
I don't know. And then with old Albert, like, Ciprien, I thought you would want to do, like, you're always getting set up for the fall. I thought you would want to do the honors. Like, why didn't you want to go out there? Why didn't you want to be seen? Clearly you're hiding. You're going to go and show your face and try to do and say something to Lasher. Like, but Cip's like, yeah, I'm on the job. Like, get out of here. You might as well have some spidey webs happening. I don't know. I was just over this. And then we just have her, like, I was really laughing at how the showrunner was talking about the way that the scene was conducted. And she was like, oh, we were just really and she was like, oh, then the director, he has a beautiful way of angling Rowan's face as she falls to the ground. You only see half. I was like, lady, did nobody tell her anything? Y'all just let this rock. Yeah. She don't have no friends. She don't have no friends.
Yeah, I think she's the problem here. I think it's the showrunner. I feel like she's maybe surrounded by the yes men of the show, and they're like, oh yeah, great, that sounds wonderful. And no one's telling her, like, no, this is shit. We need to do something else, girl.
Yeah.
Quana, what are your predictions for the next episode?
Oh Lord, don't ask me this, Tyra. What do I predict? We only on episode 4. More nothing. Ain't nothing big gonna happen because we can't have no major showdowns to the end. So why are we even playing around with him being back yet anyway? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna be reborn again. Or we're going to see him in, I don't know. Ciprien's going to lose his power, and Rowan is going to have to face the family, and maybe we'll be nice. Maybe they'll be nice and give us a backstory of Dolly Jean and Evelyn, if we're lucky, fingers crossed. That's the best I can hope for.
Hold on, Misty Blue 89. What? What is this? say. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Lemon character lifting baby Lemon in the air to congratulate him. What?
You know that's the
Well,
sticker
no,
shock.
that's
Where you coming
that's
from?
they're talking about whatever the emoji is, but why do they have to put it like that? Just show the emoji. That
Wait,
makes no sense.
I want to see if I can see it on the screen.
Lemon character lifted baby Lemon in the air to congratulate him. Thank you, Lemon. Thank you so much, Lemon baby.
Oh, okay, I see it. It's cute.
Right? Thank you. I think that we're going to spend about 85% of the episode with get my sister. Where's Lasher? You got to get my sister. I'm all she has. We're going to spend time on that. We're going to spend time on that. We're going to spend time on her probably having beef with, out of all people, Ciprien. You came and sprayed me with those pesticides. I thought we're going to have those moments. The geneticist, we might try to throw him in there some way. Maybe, I mean, ain't nobody been rode hard and hung up wet in the show yet. So, they got to creep her in that slow, dry grind with her back out on the season. So we're probably going to do that. I'm sure Lasher is going to be looking like a lost little in need of milk. He needs some milk, lamb. Oh my God, where am I? I don't know. Yeah, we're going to spend time getting on my nerves. I predict that episode 4 will get on my nerves more than any of the previous episodes, and that's saying a whole lot. Ashley?
I actually think we're going to lean into Evelyn next episode. I think we're going to lean into Evelyn. I think Sip is going to get some chutzpah or something and ease on down the road. I don't know. Because, they talked about him going to Europe and doing something. So I hope he packs his bag and gets on down the road. As far as Lasher, I mean, he's going to be with the Talamasca. So I want to see, what are they doing? Are they questioning him? Are they going to lock him up in some sort of Talamasca prison to study him? Because he's, the first of his kind. Of course, Moira and Rowan are going to be into it, and we're going to get some dry hunches. That's happening.
Well, most definitely, because we see Sip go down to wherever they keep these people. Like, yeah, I'm down and ready to see Lasher. Like, yeah, he's not here. We don't know where he at. They took him somewhere else. Just stupid. See, what are your predictions?
I want to know what's going on with Evelyn as well. I'm interested to see, because I know they said something about Julian and they showed him in the trailer. So I'm like, okay, is she transforming into Julian to like get intel or like ask questions, or is Julian transforming into her? Or I don't know. It just seems like I don't know what's going on there. I feel like it's going to be more of Jonah, the geneticist, because and more Ciprien as well. They're going to try to give us that whole, Bella Edward Jacob situation that ain't nobody invested in this episode, in this season at all. Like, I don't give a damn, but they gonna try and make it scared. And that's my thoughts. I don't know how Lasher going to get out of the grips of the Talamasca just yet, but clearly he's going to have to escape somehow. So
I just need them to do something. I mean, and then it's Julian. We have that, and it's just like, once you get into his mind, you're at the. I'm like, why would she feel the need to go into Julian's mind? Why? What's up? What's up with that? Anybody got any ideas on why she would need to go into Julian's mind? Are you trying to use it as a window to access to get to Lasher?
Maybe to find Lasher wherever he is.
I think of all the people, Julian probably knows Lasher better than everyone. When they said he gave himself up to Lasher in every single way imaginable, like he knows Lasher in a way nobody else knows, I'm sure.
Gross. It's gross. They want to. They want to. It don't matter.
They have to give us more background. We have to get some more flashbacks that aren't in the 1600s to see how these people have interacted with this entity prior to Rowan showing up on their doorstep. We need that.
I do. I really like the more so flashback moments that we got in the first season. I think we need some more of those. Even though we didn't really do nothing with that witch, we need some more information. But y'all, that is episode 3 of Mayfair Witches. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the discussion. Be sure to drop down and let us know your thoughts on the show. Not drop down in the chat here, but drop down in the comments below, hitting that like button and giving us your predictions. What makes sense of it. We're all in this together. It's High School Musical. If y'all don't know what's going on, we probably don't know what's going on either.
Yeah.
make it make sense, because we need all the help that we can get, especially you guys who are really invested in the books. If you read the book, let us know how this should be going and what's currently happening right now in our face. Quana, I'm going to come to you first. Let the people know what you have going on your channel.
Well, I don't have anything going on just yet because I've been battling the id. But now that I'm slowly getting better, I'm going to be bringing the review of what is the name of that new Amazon Prime series. Now I can't think of the name of it because I have
Paradise. That's what
Call.
it is.
not
Call?
Paradise.
On
On
Call.
Call. Thank you, child. I was about to call it On the Hill or something like that. On Call. I've also been doing a bunch of rewatches, so I'm going to be doing that. And I'm planning something really interesting with my BFF. We are possibly going to be doing a Buffy the Vampire Slayer rewatch because that is him and I's favorite show that we grew up watching together. And so we're going to be doing a rewatch and kind of podcasty style. So be looking for that. I'm peer pressuring him into that very soon.
That's gonna be fun, baby. But that had a lot of seasons, Quana.
It did 7. We're gonna use it as an opportunity to do we'll do 2 episodes per episode of our rewatch, and just using it as an opportunity for us to also kind of just see each other from across the roadways, the highways, and the byways, since we can't see each other.
I can't believe you strong armed your bestie like this. Way to go!
Yeah, thank you.
I already know. Cindy, what you have going on over there on that Superior channel?
So currently I've been doing watch-alongs of the Mayfair Witches. So I just dropped episode 3 on my channel today. So if you want to watch it with me, and these are like I'm watching it for the first time as I'm doing these things. So whatever I say, just roll with it, okay? Next thing I'll be doing with my friends over on Unpopular Review, we're going to be reviewing Invincible when that drops next month. I'm also going to be discussing Sweet Far Thing by Libba Bray later this month. It's a book. And I'm also decided I'm going to read Lasher. I did a poll. I can't swing with the first one. That's 50 hours plus, y'all. But I do believe Ashley's going to read it. So if y'all in on that, EJ and Sweet Perspective are going to read that, I believe. But I'm here for Lasher book 2 to see what's going on, because I need to know before the show tell me. And yeah, that's what's going on my channel.
Boy, see, I wouldn't trust it the way they throwing stuff at the wall. It is. It absolutely is. That's exactly what's happening here. Yeah, say it again. It is. Last but not least, Ashley with the Sweet Perspective. Let the people know what you got coming up and what you got over there currently.
Child, we have a lot coming up. Actually, the new schedule comes out this week. So Wednesday, we will be doing a Married at First Sight watch along. We're rolling that out this week, trying it. Thursday, that is the regular watch along. On Friday, the regular live discussion. On Friday, we have Harlem episode or season 3 that we'll be discussing. And then Saturday, we will be talking Severance episode 2 and the members only watch along. So action packed. As far as my uploads, baby, when they give me my cap cut back, I will have uploads up. I don't know what to do other than learning a new editing software, but please just make sure you're subscribed to everyone, have the notification bells hit so you don't miss a thing, and drop a comment below. We appreciate y'all being here.
Oh, girl, I thought they gave it back to you when they gave you back the TikTok.
Yeah, no, CapCut's still gone.
Quana's like, no.
The desktop version, it's all gone. Everything's gone. It's all gone.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Well, taking you guys out of here, do know that we get together every single Saturday and have a good time with our members and our members only content over there in the membership, in the Discord behind paywall, and watch a movie every single Saturday. This Saturday, it is Ashley's turn, and this is what she picked. I'm going to let y'all look at that and take y'all out of this video, and you guys have a good night, and we will see y'all next Monday for the next episode, y'all. Y'all have a good night, because we be trying. We making miracles.
I do believe Marcellus, my husband, your boss, told you to take me out and do whatever I wanted. And now I want to dance, I want to win, I want that trophy. So dance good.
Drive these brothers crazy. I do it on the daily. They treat me really nicely. They buy me all these ices. Dolce and Gabbana, Fendi and Adana. Karen, they be sharing all their money. Got me wearing fly. Girl, but I ain't asking. They say they
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
it's true religion. I see no, but they keep giving.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? What does my soul swallow?